During the last years, there have been different phenomena that have increased around the world, like xenophobia and racism. It has been expressed in areas like politics and interaction between social groups in societies, as well as they have taken a toll on situations like the immigration movements through Europe due to the conflict in Syria and the Arab countries. Both xenophobia and racism play a major role in the immigration as it generates a polarization in societies like Germany, with populations tired of the immigrants but also accepting them due to guilt or out of simple respect and humanity. On the same way, there's a stigma towards immigrants, where they are seen as more damaging towards society rather than what they have to offer to it.
How many more deaths? Merkel's immigration policy savaged after 4 killing spree is an article written by Alex Culbertson and Zoe O'Brien. It's published the 25th of July 2016 by the news media The Daily Express. Both authors are reporters from Sky News and usually make comments on immigration-related topics. This article mentions the consequences that the immigrants going into Germany and causing attacks in the country, these being directed by terrorist groups such as ISIS. In this article, there is certain attacks towards Germany Chancellor Angela Merkel about not taking actions against the attacks in Germany from part of the immigrants. In this same way, she has also received hate as for fueling the entrance to immigrants in Europe. The article explains that around 1,100,000 immigrants have entered Germany, creating the increased terror and killing sprees.
Mitos y verdades sobre la inmigración y seguridad en Suecia. It's an article written by Angel Flores, published in February 28, 2017 by Panama Post New Articles. On the article, the main purpose of it is to clear out the myths of immigration in Sweden in order to show the reality of the country. Things like murders, the entering of immigrants to the country, the quality of Islamics, and effects in religion, shootings and attacks and rapes.
The article speaking about Germany and its problems with immigrants presents important points such as the security measures towards the quantity of immigrants entering the country, these being approximately 1.1 million immigrants coming from Arab countries that are affected by the war. The article discusses the discomfort of about 30 deaths from Germans in 4 killing sprees, leaving on the side of the salvation of those 1 million immigrants from the war. Also, the article mentions one side of the spectrum and limits the greater population. This is by trying to accuse the entering of all immigrants as possible terrorists rather than a few, and not also taking responsibility of the reason of the immigrants in that country.
Myths and truth about immigration and security in Sweden does a proper job in showing reality, and not using blind statements. It shows the reality of what's happening. The author manages to show real data about the immigration situation. Things like terrorist attacks, murders, and shootings didn't increase by the coming of immigrants affected by war, and the myths that showed rapes of the immigrants in a negative way are disproven in the article. The country actually manages to still be prospering each day, and not showing a problem with the coming of the immigrants, but things like improving their condition could actually make progress in the crisis of migration and making the situation less horrible for the people that are coming to Europe.
The problem that was identified here is that of the problems both societies face when receiving the immigrants, as, on one side, there is the freer and less restrictive society of Germany, which welcomes as many immigrants as they can get, while on the other hand there is a more restrictive Sweden, which wants immigrants to actually work and be active in society by making the process of their entering more strict. On the same way, there is the problem in German society in which part of the national population does not see the bigger picture. While more or less 30 German citizens have died, more than 1 million people from several different origins have been saved.
The way to solve this immigrant problem is mainly creating a merge of both the German and the Swedish societies. With this combination, there could be a society that is inclusive as Germany, accepting the immigrant victims of conflicts but not being as free as it is now. It could have an strict model in which actually the immigrant who wants to start a new life there actually needs to do something for the society, using the model of Sweden of strict ways to get a job or credentials and make the country progress and its population be thankful or at least no complaining for the inactive role and not that regulated place of the immigrants in the countries. With these problems like the terrorist attacks would be reduced or at least not being a major thing to complain by changing that stigma and stereotype of immigrants invading a country but actually collaborating and developing. On the same page, another aspect as to be more profitable society in the way of progress is education. One of the articles mentioned different myths, most of them being false or true, but under specific situations, show the lack of knowledge of the topic. An increment of information about this problem will also be part of the solution as to prove that the immigration crisis is not bad as it seems, and also could possibly make a change as to a positive and effective progress.